Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Avadon 3, the Warborn. Oh man, yeah, so doesn't really matter and don't really need to mention it, but my recording just didn't go off, so I lost the first couple minutes here of introductory stuff. Guess I'll just repeat that real quick. So we are about to travel to Avadon for the first time in this game. Actually, I'm assuming everything goes as planned and we don't have a teleporter accident or something along the way. That's really the only thing that could possibly get in our way, unless for some reason we don't exit the portal at Avadon, but somewhere else. Don't see why that should be happening though. So there's also this crystal ball that we could use to contact Deleuze, but I'm not going to. Right, I was just talking about here. So Redbeard is corrupted. It's been a few days since I last recorded, so I had to kind of remind myself of what exactly had happened, but yeah. So he's now infected and might be able to cure him. And we are supposed to help him do that, or help him recover, that is. Which is, well, both a little bit confusing and annoying to me. That the game doesn't even stop to ask me whether I even want to help him at all. Also, I imagine that there should be plenty of people at this point who have no interest in healing Redbeard, and quite on the contrary, who would be all too happy to make use of his current weakened condition. But well, I guess we'll see what happens when we actually go to Avadon. Okay, just making sure recording is actually recording. That's good. The recording software is recording, that is. Oh, this... wait. If this is Avadon, then it has changed. You stumble away from the portal, or maybe this is... Oh, no, this is the Keeper's Hall, underneath Avadon. Oh, yeah, sure. I think it said that in the quest text, too. I just didn't pay attention to it. You stumble away from the portal, feeling... Oh, I'm also alone. I mean, sure, I didn't choose my companions to go with me, so that makes sense in terms of game mechanics. Let's see here. Feeling your body has been stretched out like taffy and shoved together again. Nice. At first you think the ordeal of teleportation has driven you blind, then you realize that you're in a dimly lit room. After all the stories, you expected Avadon to be huge and glorious, all statues and polished marble. You're in catacombs. It's cold and damp, and you can see sarcophagi in the alcoves. Only one thing makes you think you are in the right place, a symbol of Avadon carved into a nearby wall. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you see something else of great interest. A lone figure is waiting for you at the far end of the hall. Okay. Oh, I did not move on my own there, as I thought for a second. Let's start by plundering this place blind, as we usually do. And by plundering blind, I mean... Whoa. Oh. Interlude, the Black Fortress. At last you have come to Avadon. The Black Fortress, battered and crumbling, it still struggles to defend the Pact. Okay. Click there and scroll the screen a little bit. Who is that? Acting Keeper Protoss. Oh, the man himself. I mean, not quite Redbeard, but, you know. I guess the next big man right after Redbeard. You stumble through the dark hall, still dizzy from the effects of the portal. Not too dizzy to pick up some random incense, though, to sell later. You can't make out any details of the man waiting for you until you stumble into him. You jump back and reach for your weapon. He holds up his hands. Be calm, Hand. Starting a fight now would be a fatal error. You take a step back and wait for your eyes to focus. Eventually, you make out a middle-aged Daramite. He wears dignified and very expensive robes. A gold chain bearing the symbol of Avadon hangs from his neck. He says, I am Protoss, Acting Keeper Protoss. Acting Keeper Protoss. I am the Master of Avadon. Who am I speaking with? Step aside, I have urgent business. What? That seems utterly disrespectful and pretty stupid. Since I am in his fortress, you know. Loyal servant of Redbeard. No. If anything, I guess I'm going to support Protoss for the moment. So I'm Hand Ayali, and it is an honor to meet you at last, Keeper. Protus smiles. A respectful and diplomatic answer. Redbeard is not recruiting fools, at least. He looks at the insignia on your shoulder. You are a Hand of Avadon. You are home, young warrior. Before you can explore, though, I need to know a few things about you. Well, I'd like to know more things. I'd like to know more about you too, I suppose. All in due time. As the master of the Black Fortress, selected and elevated by Hanvar's council, I must insist my questions are answered first. Hanvar's council rules the pact, but Avadon is independent. It chooses its own leaders, usually with bloodshed. This is all very odd. Is that so? Sorry, what is this place? This dismal hall? This is where the most honored keepers of Avadon are buried. That is, the ones who survived the office more than a week, and the ones whose bodies survived their assassinations intact. I visit here often to think, and to remember my fate if I lose your faith. Okay. So, what did you need to know of me? Protus chooses his first question and watches you intently as you answer. We were lucky enough to find out you were coming, and my mages diverted your arrival to here. Oh, okay. So I was supposed to arrive upstairs, I guess? What I don't know is, where exactly did you come here from? I came here from the Green Refuge. I mean, wouldn't he know that that place exists? At the very least? Maybe even though he might not know the exact location? I'm just going to tell him. I don't see harm in doing so. I mean, since I am going to support him anyway. Possibly. He thinks this over. Plausible. Interesting. So yeah, he knows that place. But, so I don't know what telling him I came from somewhere else would have done. I know you were with Redbeard, that rogue warrior. Don't bother to deny it. Tell me, where is Redbeard right now? Actually, I don't know, but I guess my character knows? Oh. I don't... Oh, so we don't know. Huh. I thought I had missed where the game told me Redbeard would be going, or has been brought, I suppose. But we actually never learned. So that's good, at least. Makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Redbeard is very ill. Yeah, I mean, that's not what he asked, but I guess I'll tell him anyway. You describe what happened to him in the corruption. Protus shows no emotion. He only says, I see. Not what I asked. Yeah, sorry. I thought you'd be interested in that little fact. I don't know. I think he went east from the Green Refuge. Okay. I don't know why I would assume that, but I guess I must have gotten some sort of hint to that effect. So yeah. I see. Not a surprise. Chasing the less, no doubt. Yes, we know of his imagined foe, and we know of his supposed journey to visit all of our enemies. You aren't with Redbeard now. You are in my tower, and you must report to me. So report. Tell me what you have accomplished in your rogue adventures. Impress me. You can now negotiate a peace with the Wilcron rebels. You tell Protus about your negotiations in Kiritor. Despite himself, he is impressed. Redbeard was very lucky when he found you. You seem like a hero of the pact. It will be decided when the war is done. Go on. Okay, so we also kept the less from uniting the Cimmerians. You tell Protus the story. Strangely, he isn't pleased. That was a success. A victory entirely to his credit. And yours, of course. You will receive more of the credit, I think. Continue, what else? Pacified the Warborn? No, in fact... Other than hearing that name, or that term a couple of times, I don't really know much about them at all. Investigating the Taiwan? Nope. Yeah, that's all I have to report. Then I have one final question, and I will allow you into the Black Fortress. This will be your home, your place of power. All I need is to believe I can trust you. I have but one more question. Your final question is? Protus looks at you very intently. Why are you here, Ayali? After productive months out in the wild, you suddenly slip into my fortress in the dead of night. Why? Private business? No? I need some things for Redbeard? Huh. I mean, still, that doesn't answer the question why I am here. Because other than that letter being that he left me, I mean, sure, he's ordering me to help him find certain things, but why I'm actually following his orders anymore? There's no real explanation for that. I'm just going to still hope, to cling to the hope that I'm going to be given a chance to officially defy him sometime soon. So I'm going to go full disclosure here and show him the letter. Protus takes the letter and inspects it. Typical, he chuckles. Mostly blank. It will reveal what you need to know when you need to know it. What does it say about Redbeard that he can't even trust his hands? He returns the letter. I have something to show you in turn. Show me what? He points at his gold necklace, bearing the symbol of Avadon. Ambrose Council, rulers of the Pact, drove Redbeard out of Avadon. The Black Fortress was given to me until this needless war ends. Before he left, he gave this necklace to me. What is it? It was his. It's a badge of office. It marks me as the keeper of Avadon. It shows that even in his incoherent rage, Redbeard knew that the decision was correct. His time was past. It is time for him to rest. To be welcome here, you have to acknowledge my position, as Redbeard did. If you don't, I will deal with you, and I will be as harsh as Redbeard would. Okay, fair enough. Reasonable. Let's see here. So I could ask some extra questions. Sure, why not? So Redbeard gave that to you? Yes, he presented it to me before he stepped into a portal and fled. He is not entirely without a sense of duty. He knew I had to have authority to rule. Oh, and yes, I did have it examined. It bears no magical trap or enchantment of any kind. I am no fool. So the keeper has to have a necklace? Of course not. When I take it off, I'm still keeper. Well, acting keeper. Still, symbols are important. Never neglect that. Well, you are the keeper here, and I will not cause trouble. Protus nods. Good. Then come. I will guide you out of these dank catacombs, and into the glory of the Black Fortress. He turns and walks to the stairs out of the catacombs. Okay. Cool. That was interesting. The sarcophagus contains the honored remains of a former keeper of Avadon. When you touch it, you receive a powerful, extremely painful shock. You decide to leave it alone. Yeah, it's okay. I didn't mean to necessarily plunder it, you know. Just wanted to examine. Okay. You pass 2 matched guard posts. In more peaceful times, an honor guard is stationed here, watching the famous corpses below. Now, except for a couple of poorly maintained turrets, the place is abandoned and a ruin. You've heard that Avadon is struggling to repair itself, but those efforts have not reached down here yet. That makes sense, I suppose. After all, an attack from down here. Wait a second, did I see? I think I saw. Yeah, I guess I can just take that. No one seems to bother. Or no one seems to mind, rather. So yeah, an attack from down here seems relatively unlikely, unless you can somehow hack into these portals from the outside somehow. Somehow. Is that still Protus? Yeah. These chambers are for record storage. The most precious of the intelligence gathered by the eyes of Avadon is kept down here, saved for future reference or blackmail. However, a fire has destroyed most of it. Protus looks at the piles of ash and debris and shakes his head. So much knowledge, wasted, lost. Under Redbeard's gaze, of course. In the fire, Avadon lost much of its memory. Isn't it a mess? How did this disaster happen? Nobody knows. Can you believe it? Redbeard left no guards. Some spy must just snuck down and set a fire. The former keeper just didn't pay attention to detail. It was as bad as in the floors above. I have restored a lot of it. but you will see much evidence of Redbeard's incompetence. Well, yeah, Redbeard did fail you if that's really his fault. If he really did neglect protecting Avadon when he could have. I really don't know. I want you to understand. That's why I'm taking a few precious minutes to talk to you. You need to know what is happening here in the true seat of power. And that is, Anvar's council is helping Avadon again. We are getting gold, conscripts, public support, actually. They wouldn't help Redbeard, but they do help me. Avadon is being restored, and the cost is low. What is the cost for the restoration? First, we are no longer above the law. We can't do what we want, when we want. We can't kill anyone we want. We are still very powerful, but we have to live by the same laws everyone else does. That is the first cost. And the second cost? The old way of replacing keepers was barbaric. New keepers will now be chosen every 10 years. The servants of Avadon will choose, and Hanvar's council can veto the choice. That all seems very, very reasonable, actually. I'm personally totally fine with that. How were keepers replaced before? Well, they died, I guess. But then, who chose the new keeper? Let's ask. You became keeper by assassinating the old keeper. Gruesome, barbaric, and foolish. That is how Cimmerians act. Well, we have to do what is best for the Pact. Redbeard must be replaced, whatever the law says. That's pretty much what I've been saying since Avadon 1, so... Maybe you tell the truth and maybe you are lying. Doesn't matter. Eventually, I will expect you to swear loyalty to me. When that time comes, if you refuse, you will be my enemy. That is all I have to say. Wow, no need to be so hostile here. I mean what I'm saying. Do what you need to, just remember the main rule, which is: you are in Avadon. I am keeper here. Obey the law. No violence unless you are defending yourself. No theft. No spying for the rogue keeper. Get what you need and go. Proto steps aside. And welcome home. Okay. And still, he doesn't have a problem with me fetching those items that Redbeard wants me to fetch? I mean... Also, no stealing obviously only applies to items that are marked as not mine. Even though none of this is mine. But never mind that. Oh, that's just some lockpicks. Okay. You never know when one of these vases actually contains stuff or acts as a hidden switch. Can these be sold? Absolutely. Can and will be sold. Oh, and there are other people down here. Oh, hello. Oops. Dory? Guess I'm gonna call her Dory. Come on, please. Come on. Just stop walking. The tunnels below are crumbling and abandoned. This floor, on the other hand, is a bustling construction site. Workers are hauling around bricks and mortar, and this woman is directing the work. She doesn't bear the marks of Avadon. She is one of the many civilians who work here, doing the mundane work of keeping Avadon running. They don't get the power, but they don't have the gruesome responsibilities either. When she sees you, she bows. Greetings, Hand. I am Dory. I'm running the repairs on this floor. Wait, you came from the north. I didn't see you pass. How did you get down there? Well, it's really none of her business. Although I wouldn't say it in such a rude way. I snuck past you using back tunnels? Why would I lie about that? I mean, I'm a Hand of Avadon, she's a civilian working here, but not one of Avadon's main staff, I suppose, so it is none of your business, sorry. I'm sorry, Hand. I know it isn't my place to ask. I only want to help. I appreciate that. Need some information. Yeah, I guess I do. Of course, Hand. If you need help or directions, please ask. What do you think of Protus? Do you prefer Redbeard? I have no opinions. None at all. I only care about this. She holds out her schematics and diagrams. What are you building? Cells. Some sort of prisoner storage. With the war, prisoners are being brought for questioning all the time. They need to be stuck somewhere. Fair enough. They're monsters? What? Why would I ask that? That's out of nowhere. No one mentioned any monsters. Some. The dungeons were really, really neglected. Keeper Protus wants them all driven out. We're happy about it. So I guess, how do I get to the rest? She probably would have mentioned the monsters there. It's here. Callum points to the south. Go up the stairs there. You'll be in the deep cells. We haven't repaired them yet. We're waiting for the pests to be cleaned out. Right, okay. Avadon has more money now? I don't know about the politics. I think the Pact wanted Avadon to follow their orders. In return, Avadon gets more gold. I don't care. I'm just a builder. That makes sense. What's going on here? We're repairing these cells. There are no monsters here. So this is where we started. Avadon just got a lot of gold and Protoss is spending it to repair the fort. Oh, okay. So there are all those clues that I missed the first time around. Right. Okay. No major reveals here. Reveals, revelations, whatever. Wait a second. Oh yeah, these were two separate parts of this floor. Kind of remember. Layouts should be largely the same, and we actually get to fight on our own here. I mean, we're kind of not forced to, maybe? We might be able to avoid all these enemies. Oh, he's ensnared, I didn't even realize. That's cool. Ooh, that's not so cool. God, fucking... Sorry, this green scrolling is super annoying. Annoying as always. It's so easy to... Yeah, you don't even have to actually touch the bottom of the screen there. Should I put down a bolt flinger to help me with these? Yeah, maybe. Although it might be so weak. Actually, not that weak. Nice. Don't know if it's going to help very much. Let's see, 22. Hardly worth it, and I missed. Oh god, that's not good. Thankfully, their melee attacks deal very little damage, so at least there is that. Fire, however, has potential to be a bit more damaging. Okay, this one's acidified. Please, turret, could you please just... That was probably stupid. I should have finished it off. Never mind. As it did deal more damage there. Okay, there we go. A bit scary, but only a little bit. I could have healed if I absolutely had to. But these enemies are surprisingly tough. I mean, considering that I spent so much time doing side quests, every single one that I possibly could, and killing every single enemy on every single map, I can see other players being much weaker as they arrive here, so those could have been a real problem otherwise. Anyway, this floor is full of cells, all abandoned and crumbling. At first you aren't sure why all of the workers downstairs aren't doing repairs here. Yeah, that actually did come to my mind just now. Then you look down the hall and see the stains and tracks. A bunch of beasts have escaped and are wandering around this floor. Avadon hasn't been able to spare warriors to clean them out yet. You can see them wandering in the shadows, kinda lost. Their time in the darkness has left them mostly blind. You might be able to evade them with care. Wait, so... Oh, never mind. I was thinking that maybe I was supposed to come this way and that text might have referred to the basilisks there, or not basilisks, you know. Lizards, whatever. Mission speed, yep. Wonderful. Beaker. Scalpel, worth nothing. But apparently it was referring to those rats actually. Now, was that hint? I mean, still though, this floor is overrun by monsters, so how can the workers even safely get to the lower floor? They must pass the monsters on their way, right? Well, these enemies are really weak. And even the lizards did very little damage with their melee attacks. So I guess the enemies aren't that bad. But the three basilisks, I keep saying basilisks, the three lizards teaming up on a weaker character using their fire breath could have been pretty nasty. And even these guys can whittle my HP down. I mean, sure, I could be using actual resources to heal myself. Not to mention other classes, other character classes would have access to healing spells, for example, or, well, all kinds of different spells and skills that I'm hardly making use of. Sniff, sniff. So these are all blind, okay, sure. So I could also try and evade these. I'm just not trying to do that in the first place. Also, blank cave red. Is that one? That one is a lot bigger than the others, despite the same name. Grenade? Oh wait. 4. There we go. Ah, no, that's one. Okay, you know what? I'm going to use shock canister. Or am I? Wait, this is 80 fatigue, 130 fatigue. I can't use both. Could yank this red closer here, even though it doesn't really matter. Would have come here next turn anyway. Definitely going to use this. Nice. We got one riposte there. I guess it's worth using this, although I hate losing a turn like that. Should be surviving here. I think I need to heal though. I should be drinking one of these. And then... Didn't really need to kill that one first since it was terrified, but whatever. Nice. Should pretty much be one-shotting these rats from now on though. Oh, except not that one. Maybe we get a riposte. I'm still double striking. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Let's wait for HP to regen a little bit. Okay, we got another monster lair here. Wait, except we cannot reach that one. Might be a hidden passage leading there. Sage's Rod, I don't think that's very good now. Not judging by the value. I never can quite remember what the different tiers of mage staffs are called. But that's usually not a big problem at all. There used to be a treasure here, right? Protected by some turrets in this little alcove. Oops. Let's come on, just exit combat mode. I mean, it looks like I should be, like I might be able to reach this place. I didn't see any switches on the walls though. Can these be switches? Apparently not. I mean, maybe they can, but they aren't. Have I even seen any of those wall switches in this game, or... I feel like it's been mostly like vases and stuff that were actually switches. But come to think of it, I don't specifically remember any of those wall switches from the previous games. So maybe they're completely replaced. It's possible. Seem to have only 3 rats here, one of which is already dead. So no real need to get fancy here. Question is a grenade still worth it against 2 enemies? For a total of 62 damage, I don't think it was. Let's see, that was a crit. Oh, keep critting, so... Oh well, 88 damage, non-critical. Actually, is a crit only like 10% extra damage? Or is there just such a huge variance? Steel dagger, sure. And some more bats. Okay, I guess 3 enemies it should still be worth it. Yeah, I guess. Even if only barely. Might have been better to spend that first turn using double strike. At this point it feels not really worth it anymore. I mean, technically it might still be. Using 1 turn to then deal double damage on every subsequent turn. Or we could just do this. Nice. Grab, nothing. Right, there is a staircase down, and these are not switches. Breastplate, steel breastplate, steel halberd. I don't think we need any of this anymore. Yeah, this does lead back down to this the remaining part of this floor. We got more blind enemies here, apparently. Oh, never mind. They might not be quite so blind after all. Was it a mistake? Seem to be dealing as little damage as their brethren from upstairs. Also, isn't the main target of my grenade supposed to take extra damage or something? I thought it was the case, but I've never seen that actually work that way. Okay, should be able to kill this one. Okay. Okay, this time I'm gonna do it. Might have to heal again, which is a bit unfortunate, but you know what? Better safe than sorry. Just drink that. I could use my healing ability. I think I still have that equipped, right? Via Scarab. But of course, yeah. I'm going to not spend an I'm not going to spend an action attacking that thing, and hope it's going to kill itself via riposte or something. Oh, come on. Okay, at least this one is acidified. It's now also terrified. So what was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yeah, of course. So I used a potion, of course, to heal, since that takes less action points and allows me to still attack that turn. All that for a gold ring. Worth it? Maybe. Although maybe just barely. Since I'll have to sell that gold ring. I mean, I'm going to sell that gold ring at some point, of course, because that's all you can do with it. But I'm probably not going to get that much more out of it than a healing potion costs. So, but I did get some experience for killing the enemies, so there's that. You round the corner under the watchful gaze of the archers peering at you through slits in the wall. They are very quiet as you pass. Then you see why. There is a wretch at the far end of the hall to the east. He was put on guard duty, but in typical wretch fashion, he leaned against the wall and took a nap. You can hear the creature's soft snoring. You can hear the other wretches. They are out of view, noisily gnawing on bones and belching. Okay. Wait, he was put on guard duty? By whom? Not by Avadon, then, I'm assuming. Holy crystal can be sold. Pulsing runestone increases intelligence. Nice one. Haven't found too many of those yet. Okay, so I guess I'll just go ahead and fight these guys. Well, there are more of them than I expected. This could be a problem. Whoops. Biggest problem, of course, being that most of these guys are not going to come any closer, so... Also, I'm already cornered here, I can't get away. That was pretty stupid, actually. I should have just shot him and tried luring them across, around the corner here. To have them bunch up a little bit. I would like to use the shock canister, but I can't really use that to hit more than, what, 2? I could hit those 2, but not even these. I don't think. Oh, well, I could hit these. I guess on the off chance that more of them are going to come my way. Well, this one did, okay. So not a complete waste. Actually, I am going to... see here, I have 9 potions of battle. Haste, regeneration, spine shield, yeah sure. I'm gonna use one of those and charge my weapons. Still taking quite a bit of damage. Oh, I did regenerate though. Nice. And I did get hasted. Do I try? I don't know if I can one-shot this guy. Almost. I don't think he's taking damage from the shock floor effect, right? So if I don't, well, he should die from spines though next turn, just like that guy. Although I will take some damage. But oh, that guy just died like that. Okay, fair enough. I will get affected by my own shock floor, so can I do this? Cannot reach. No. Oh, that's actually, I didn't even realize there was a named enemy here. Fnar, what? Fnargnarg. Okay. Well, we can move a bit closer and... I don't know. I guess I'll keep focusing on this guy since he does not seem very tough at all. Again, I can see the situation being pretty tricky for a character several levels lower than I am. Or maybe I'm just underestimating or overestimating these enemies, actually. Enduring Breastplate I can't use, it's just an extra endurance. Doesn't even seem all that good. I'm not sure if Khalida is interested in that at all. That I'm planning to ever use her again. I guess I already decided not to do her side quest, right? Since she has offered me that. But, yeah, I failed to remember what exactly it was she asked me to do. Oh right, she did want to take revenge on those, or make an example of those deserters at the deserters camp that we found near the beginning of the game. Oh, so this was entirely optional. Okay, I'm cool with that. Just some extra loot, some extra enemies to kill. Yeah, and I refused to help her with that. So I guess her side quest, her companion side quest, is already out of the picture. Yeah, that room still a mystery for the time being. Oh, also, yeah, this part of the floor I can't seem to reach that. Maybe at all. Your hair stands on end for a moment. You feel a tingling sensation. For a moment, you are in the presence of weak magic. You try to figure out what caused it. Then you check the letter you got from Redbeard. It has changed. A new sentence has appeared. Ilaria needs to be freed from the Avadon dungeons. Do this. That is all. The directions are clear, but there isn't a lot of extra information. Okay. So now Redbeard is asking me to act in his interest against the interests of Avadon and against the orders of acting Keeper Protoss. So I really hope I can just go to Protoss and tell him about this, and then maybe he'll give me some sort of orders. Definitely not just going to go and free Ilaria. You finally reach the main floor of the dungeons. There is a network of cells just ahead, full of prisoners fresh from the front. Guards patrol everywhere, looking for signs of unrest. Lots of shouting and complaining. These cells are high security. They've been reserved for the most dangerous and valuable prisoners. The people here go to the front of the line for intense magic-aided interrogation. Right, let's take a look here. So that's that high security prison cell up there, where what's his face was used to be that was caught in some sort of time slowing field, kept him there as an eternal example. So they must have replaced him, or maybe that's just close to that place. Might have been more, even more to that towards that corner. This should be the main entrance hall, basically, where the stairs up to the fortress proper are. And of course, in the middle there's a huge dome where a dragon might or might not be present. Hello, Anwar Rasula. That's a familiar name. What's this say? Imre's cell? Imre? Doesn't ring a bell immediately? Huh. Can just take this. Again, I was told to not steal, of course, which is kind of self-explanatory, or goes without saying, usually. But, you know, so long as the game doesn't consider it stealing, I guess neither will I. Oh, this is locked. Fair enough. Can I talk to Imre? Yeah, I can. A prisoner with thick black hair and a full beard sits in a chair vacantly staring at the wall. He is dressed in the hide armor typical of a Wilgram rebel officer. He turns to you when you approach. Oddly, he seems happy to see you. I'm Imre. Am I free? Will you take me home? His expression is not normal, much too childlike. No. Are you alright? He smiles, making him look very childlike suddenly. Yes, the questions are done. I just want to go home. Oh. Why do you think I'm here to free you? He is confused by your question. She said I was done. He shudders slightly. No more questions. I should go home now. He gets up and walks toward the door. One of the nearby guards steps in his way and gently guides him back to his seat. Oh, so there are guards in there with him? Okay. Who questioned you? He is slow to answer you. The scary woman. Lavon. First, I didn't want to talk. That made her mad. They laid me down. They whispered to me. Then I talked. She was happy with me after. Still scary. She said I can go home soon. Are you here to take me? He gives you a look of hope and trust. Imre seems broken. He acts nothing like the proud and stoic Wilgram rebels you've encountered. I'm sorry. I'm not here to take you home. Oh, goodbye then. He ignores you and goes back to staring at the wall. Well, that's very creepy. Prisoner of Avadon. Not important enough to have a proper name. Oops. Here, Prisoner of Avadon. Surprisingly, not all of these cells are actually occupied, despite those workers downstairs telling me how badly they need new cells for all the prisoners. Oh well. I'm not entirely sure whether I want to completely explore this this part of the dungeons first, or if I just want to make my way up and see if I can find Protus and talk to him. I guess I want to do that. NPCs along the way I'll talk to. There is a tall Taiwanite woman sitting at the table. At this table. Once she was an elegant noblewoman, and the ratty dress was originally fantastically expensive. Then she spent years down in this dungeon, and it wore her down. It wore her down. Now she is sitting at this table, skinny and shaking. She is surrounded by piles of paper. She's writing letters in a shaky hand. When you approach, she stands and bows. Greetings, Hand of Avadon. I am Envoy Brasula. I am from the Taiwan, but I mean no harm to the Pact. I promise it, truly. Okay. Well, I think in the previous game we had the option to send her to the dungeons, to accuse her of being a spy or something. But I'm pretty sure I chose not to do that. So I guess someone must have done that in the meantime. Are you a prisoner here? She sets down her pen for a moment and rubs her hand. She looks very small and old. A prisoner? I'm not sure. They put me here. I'm a hostage, I think. They put me here, questioned me. When the Age of Chaos began, they had me write letters. That's what I've been doing. What kind of letters? Cannot ask that. So you're a hostage? I think so. I don't think they'll let me leave. I live here. I was in a nice cell, then monsters took it over. I adjust. What crime did you commit? I'm not sure. Redbeard sent me here. I'm a Taiwanite. You're at war with us, and that might be all. Her words are barely a whisper. Whatever the reason was, I'm sure it's just. Yeah, I'm not so sure. When will you be freed? Acting Keeper Protus came here to see me, personally. He said that I could go home when the Taiwan Empire surrenders. That's why I write the letters. I'm helping. What do you think of Acting Keeper Protus? She shudders. He has been kind to me. I think he will be just. Please don't make me say more. I can't make anyone here angry. Fair enough. I don't know. Some of these things don't seem quite as nice as I had hoped. Some of the things I'm hearing about Protus. I mean, then again, he doesn't seem worse than Redbeard. Okay, yeah, right. That's not lore. Levon, huh? The torture mistress, I guess. You meet the most terrifying woman in Linnaeus. She doesn't need to introduce herself. She is Levon, chief interrogator and master of the Avadon dungeons. Happily, she is in a good mood. She is very busy. Prisoners are being brought in and tied to stone tables. Levon's trained eyes use spells to peer into their minds. The prisoners moan, shudder, and submit. It is a disturbing sight. You look away. The eye notices you and starts to walk over. Then you hear screaming. An ogre being secured to a table has broken loose, punched a young sage in the face, and made a run for it. Guards are hanging from him, trying to slow him down. Is everything alright? Nobody pays attention. There is too much noise, and the show is too interesting. Several of the guards pull truncheons from their belts. The result is sudden, dramatic, and gruesome. The unconscious ogre is brought to the table and secured. Levon walks up to you, not wasting time with introductions. You are Ayali, yes? I was told you'd be passing through. I'm Levon. Welcome to Avadon. Keep moving. Don't bother the prisoners. I don't need I don't need any escapes. Who were you just wrestling? She looks over at the ogre, who is slowly regaining consciousness. An eye prepares some pacification spells. Soon the ogre will be eager to say everything he knows about everything. Levant says, he was just brought from Goldcrag. There's a lasting stalemate there. We'll find out if the Warborn have weaknesses in their defenses. Then we'll take them back to Goldcrag and dump him there. Okay, so you are the interrogator? Sometimes, prisoners are only honored by my direct attention if they are really tough. I mainly watch over my underlings. I train them. They're good at questioning. Does it affect the prisoners permanently? Because I've seen evidence for that. Yes, they're always a bit slow and confused afterwards. Functional but fuzzy. However, I don't always think it's the treatment that does it. I think it's just being overwhelmed by shame, because they totally betrayed anyone and anything they ever loved. Is that so? I kinda doubt that. Does anyone ever resist? All the time. Oh, so, I mean, they try to resist, but they can't actually resist. They always are broken eventually. We do have limits, though. For example, we recently found that we can't break infernals. Oh. We were brought one named Pinkna. Pinkna? Okay. We couldn't affect it at all. We had to store it in the central cave. Okay. I don't really want to talk to her anymore. Interesting. So that infernal named Pinkna is in that central chamber? Okay. Right. Yeah, let's leave this place. I mean, this is basically the dungeons and the well, it's not torturing per se, but you know, in a way it's worse. Leaving these people permanently with permanent brain damage. So yeah, the whole dungeons and interrogation thing is definitely the one aspect of Avadon that I'm least okay with. Let's talk to Imamura. He seems like, or in the past he seemed like a decent enough person. This hall is very busy. It's crammed with prison guards, ICE prisoners, and the occasional wild beast in chains. Workers haul piles of construction materials, yet in all the chaos it's immediately clear who is in charge. The eye in command stops what he is doing and walks up to you. He is an aging man with a thick leather jerkin and a broadsword hanging from his belt. You doubt that the weapon has seen any actual use for decades. He gives you a reassuring smile, practiced by years of welcoming the doomed to the dungeons. Welcome, Hand. I am Imamura. I run the prison. We are restoring it now after years of neglect, and I could use help. Oh, okay. You're very direct. My name is Ayali. I'm new to Avadon. Imamura nods. Protus sent a message. Said you'd probably be coming to me. Told me to help you. The acting keeper asked me to give you a warm greeting. Make a good impression. I do what the keeper says. And why wouldn't you? Tell me about the prison. When our hands take valuable prisoners, they are brought here. We extract all valuable information and then send the prisoners away. This is one of the greatest sources of valuable intelligence for all of the Pact. Yeah, I mean, sure, it is, but it does come at a price. Not that anyone around here usually cares about that. When we have prepared everything, it will be even greater. Well, I know enough about how you extract the information. How many prisoners are here now? Let me think. He pauses for about 2 seconds. 183 human and warborn, a handful of beasts. Also, 1 infernal, annoyingly enough. How long are prisoners kept here? Imamura is interrupted by the need to sign a wagon load of bricks. To sign for a wagon load of bricks. Then he continues. It depends on how long they stay useful. Most are gone, one way or another, within a month. They all show up thinking they can resist us. So strong, the Farlanders. He chuckles. Nobody can beat Levant's spells. Nobody. Did I say I found him to be a decent fellow? My opinion's slowly changing here. Are prisoners ever executed? Yes, but very rarely. Once we break them, we like to send them home. They become walking lessons about the power of Avadon. Ugh. Okay, maybe... I guess I have to ask to advance this dialogue. So how do you extract information? Powerful, mind-shredding magic. You should ask Isle of One. Oh, yeah, I did. She gets angry when I try to explain it. Okay. Oh, so maybe I didn't need to ask that. There's a lot of construction going on. Imamura steps back. Wretches walk by bent under a delivery of chairs. There has to be. The war generates more valuable prisoners than we can process, so we are trying to increase capacity. Alas, the dungeons were allowed to decay. We have a lot of repairs to do. Happily, we have the gold now. How did things decay so much? Handra's council was not fond of Redbeard. Actually, they hated him. They stopped giving us gold, so we stopped being able to keep up with repairs. How did you get all that new gold? Imamura gets nervous. It's subtle, but it's there. Handra's council made a deal with Acting Keeper Protus. The result was that we can afford repairs at last. We are grateful. What do you think of Acting Keeper Protus? I do all my work in the basement. I'm too busy to have opinions about Acting Keeper Protus or Redbeard or any of that. He's lying, but you understand it. He doesn't want to end up a resident of his own dungeon. I mean, yeah, that's very much understandable. You say that you need some help? With that infernal, right? Imamura nods eagerly. We need hands desperately, but they're all kept busy by war. Your walking through is a stroke of luck for us. The lower cells are full of pests and escaped wretches. Oh no, not anymore. We need someone armed to go down there and clear out the vermin, especially the wretches. They're cunning, and they make tunnels. Destroy them. I have proper budget for giving rewards. I'm not sure what I can do. I'm here alone. Well, I'm sure what I've already done all on my own, so... how do I get there? Go back down the stairs you came up and head north. There should be giant animals trying to kill you almost immediately. You can sneak past them if you want. I mainly want to be rid of the wretches in the tunnels below there. Right. I mean, dungeon cleanup, yes. We've done that one. All the wretches are dead. You tell Imamura the tale. He nods, quite pleased. You work on some requisition forms together, and an eye brings you a newly made scarab and a pouch of gold. Yay, another scarab. That was a good beginning. I have more work if you have the time. Sure. Yes, as I said, we have an unusual problem. There's a prisoner in the central cave. Now we're talking. We can't question it. We can't release it. It doesn't want to go. I need someone to drive it out. It is an infernal named Pinkna. It is in the middle of the great central cave. I will have the gates open for you. Okay. What is the central cave normally used for? Anything we need a lot of room for. We've stored war beasts there, whole tribes of wretches. A few years ago it was even a hospital for a wounded dragon. Right now we put troublesome prisoners there, like infernals. How did an infernal end up there? Or end up here? Some Tawonite spies snuck into Hoglanda and summoned it. Our hands raided his tower and killed the mage. Then they put the infernal in silver chains and brought it here. We couldn't question it. Our spells don't work. We want to drive it out, but it won't go. How can I drive Pinkna out? You are the hand. Do whatever you want. Just keep it from destroying the masonry. We don't need more repairs to do. Fair enough. Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask, I suppose. Maybe we'll get some more information for what it's worth. So I am looking for someone. Her name is Ilaria. Imamura gets very serious very quickly. Oh, that is unexpected. Ilaria was the head librarian upstairs. Yeah, I remember. When Protus arrived, she didn't accept his rule. She was loyal to Redbeard, so she was sent to me, and... Why did you need to see her again? Well, I don't need to tell him. Never mind. Yay, leveled up. Intelligence. I guess that helps marginally. Not really. Do I want more endurance? I feel like... yes? A little bit. Doesn't hurt. 2 more points to spend. Oh yeah, I did unlock Blade Lash. I never put it on my hotbar. Okay, I'm going to do that soon-ish. for now, I guess I'm going to just improve my melee attacks. Just like that. So, Bone Flinger I really rarely need. So why don't we put this on here? 63 to 295 physical damage. 295. Slow and ensnare. It's definitely a lot more damage than my normal attack, so it's good to have just for that reason alone. What's this? I'm not sure what that tunnel is. We're also at an hour here. I did. Originally, I wanted to go upstairs and talk to Protus, if possible. But I guess we'll have to reserve that for next time, because I'm sure on my way there, I'm going to run into all kinds of things that I will want to investigate in more detail. So yeah, I'm going to do that next episode. So as always, I thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and I shall see you real soon. Bye bye.